Hello, hi, and welcome to all our hearts and minds. Thank you again for tuning in. We're here to discuss all things that have been on our hearts and minds, the good, the bad, the concerning and uplifting, or just straight talk. We're your hosts, Kimmy, our passionate heart,
Yeah.
and then there's me, Jeanette, our mind and chronic overthinker. Let's get into it.
Yes.
Okay, everybody, we're back with a new episode. We hope you enjoyed the last episode for our 3-year anniversary where we
Yes.
shared, got a little personal, shared a little bit more about us,
Mm-hmm.
turned the mic and the content on us instead of all the other celebrities. So I hope you
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed hearing about the birth of Hearts and Minds Northern Views podcast.
Yes.
This week we're going to be doing a kind of shoot the shit, liming and vibing.
Lying and vibing.
Yeah,
Yes.
chit chat type of thing. We're not going to
Mm-hmm.
stick with the formal format of the typical
Yes.
format of the podcast. Just chill. It's summer's ending. Let's go easy with
You
it. Let's
know
go easy with it. We still
what
have
I'm
lots to talk
saying?
about. And but before we do anything, we need to get back down to business and we need to do our checkup. And so my friend Kimmy, how are you?
I'm doing okay, girl. I'm doing all right. This past week, yeah, it was something. And I
It
got
was
through it.
something.
It
You
was
got
something,
through
and I
it?
got through it.
Okay. That's good.
Work was kind of busy. One of the lawyers that I work with was not well,
Oh
and
no.
so yeah, he was in the hospital, and I didn't even get a chance to tell you about that. But anyhow,
Mhm.
I don't know too much. But anyway, so it was a lighter week when it came to work.
Yes.
Um, in terms of the house, the family, everybody's doing okay.
Amen.
Today, my husband is not feeling very well,
Oh
so
no.
yeah, just a little, under the weather
Okay,
sometimes.
yeah, yeah. The weather's
When you,
changing too.
yeah, and
Like
when
it's
you
hot as hell
overdo
in the
your
day,
body, you
and then
know,
in the night it's like chilly. Yeah, and then he.
exactly, right? And you overdoing your body, and then the air conditioning, you're going in and out of
Yes,
the air
that too.
conditioning all the time. And
It's a bad
it's just
recipe.
exactly, right? And I think, he kind of pushed himself a little too
Mm-hmm,
hard after the long weekend and stuff.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but everybody's trying to repair and try to stay healthy, back to school
Yeah.
shopping,
Oh yeah, back to school for your daughter.
Yeah, back to school is around the corner. And yeah, it's a lot. And it's getting easier as the years go on because,
You have a system.
exactly, right? And I'm one of those parents that when I do buy supplies and stuff for school, I buy more than needed.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing I can't stand is during the year going to get a glue stick and it's triple time the
Mm-hmm.
amount that I would have spent at the beginning of the back to school shopping.
Mm-hmm.
So I buy excess so that over the year, if she needs a glue stick, if she needs pencils, if she needs highlighters, I have a whole tub of them. So it was just refreshing some of the stuff that we do have and that we do need. Like the things that you can't kind of like pencils and
Yeah.
those things you can't really hold on to, but all the rest of the stuff. So yeah, and then uniform shopping because she does go to a uniform school. But what has been my daughter's delight is she is now a cell phone user.
Oh, she got her phone.
I got her a Google Pixel. um yeah, I'm gonna later on off the air. I'm gonna give you the phone number,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna give her your phone number just in
Yes.
case,
Okay. For safety
right?
reasons.
Just in
Yep.
case she's probably not gonna use it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
always good to have in the phone, right?
Yes,
So,
that's true.
yeah, and I'm gonna give it to you so that it's her
Mm-hmm.
calling. But
Yes.
yeah, so she's super excited about her cell phone, and I don't know how I feel. I'm a bittersweet type of situation. Like she's getting to the point where she's old enough where I feel, she needs a phone, need
Mm-hmm.
to be able to communicate with her, and that's good and all. But as a mom, it's like my baby's not a baby anymore. Like now she's like entering the teenage, season of her life. It's
Yes.
coming up soon enough.
It's
She's
coming up fast.
right? Like she's
Fast
12
and
right now,
furious.
but it feels like I don't know, these kids are a lot more
No,
mature.
nowadays that they at this age, yeah, they mature like so much faster. Like a 9-year, like it's crazy. Like
It
talking to a kid
is.
now, it's interesting, and I'm sure you're intimately aware of that difference. So
Yeah, and I see the difference, and I feel like there isn't enough that is done for girls
yeah,
specifically, between the ages of like 9 and 13.
yeah.
um or even 9 and like 16. There's not a lot of things for them to do, programs for them to watch. Like there's just not enough, like how
Mhm.
we had growing up. But anyhow, I digress.
But you
So
should introduce her to things that you
I
liked when
have,
you were
oh,
that age.
and she
So
loves the 90s. That's her
yeah, like
era. Like,
Moesha,
oh
like all
yeah.
those.
Oh yeah. She loves the 90s. She's like, you guys had good music back then,
Yeah, and
like
the '90s is coming back for the Gen Z, and
pretty
like
much,
her.
yeah,
Yeah.
big time, big time. I mean, we still had music that sounded like music. What I've
Mhm.
heard as of late just sounds like a whole lot of grunting and
We
a
need
whole
to
lot
have
of
a whole we need to have a whole
a
conversation on that, like
whole conversation
the
about it.
state of music, because I've been. Well, we're gonna
Honestly.
talk about Cardi's album today, so we can touch on it then. But
Yes,
yeah,
but overall, I just feel like they need more for kids like between that age group. And overall, the week was okay. I can't really complain. Just trying
okay,
to, help my husband get better, and
yeah.
hope that just
Hope
yeah.
he
But
gets a
anyway, how
speedy
was your week?
recovery.
How was your week? Because you went and did a little traveling.
Yeah, yes, I guess. Yeah, I went out of town. It's so funny because we talked about it on our last episode that I was going to Windsor, which is also where my alma mater is, where I
Yeah,
went to
mine
university,
too. Yeah,
in the
yeah.
University of Windsor. So Windsor, Ontario, a border town that in Canada that borders Detroit, Michigan, and I went specifically for work. So I didn't really do a lot, but I wouldn't have done much. There's not much to do in Windsor anyway. But I did
It really
stay in
isn't.
the notorious Caesar Hotel, which is the casino hotel, which is it's a gorgeous hotel. All things considered, the city is kind of on its last legs, or not necessarily not on its last legs, but it's on shaky legs right now. They're trying to develop
Yes,
industry for the people in the community, but yeah, the Caesar Hotel, beautiful waterfront, and I had a view of the bridge, Ambassador Bridge.
nice,
So yeah, it was interesting. It's sad when you see a city in decline, but
right? I know.
hopefully, I don't know, hopefully they figure it out.
Right? I know. I know.
um so yeah, but other than the riverside, you had a building in front of the riverside. It's as beautiful as ever.
It is. It's really nice,
I
especially in
actually
the
took some
summertime.
I actually took some pictures with my work phone. I need to tell you, send to you, but it's not on my regular phone. But I'll send it to you after. But other than that, the only thing though is when I do work travel, it does throw me off, especially because I had to do a quick turn. Like I had to come back. I had an event for a friend, which I should promote. The following day, so I really couldn't lounge and like take my time and coming back. I forced myself to come back as soon as possible, so I could just
Right.
be restful for the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like went to work, and so it was a little bit stressful because it also you're not like you're half of your time, a lot of your hours in the work travel is like in commute, in transit, right? So you
Yep.
can't do it
Pretty
like
much. Yeah.
as much as I have my laptop and I might have access to Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is actually kind of in and out on the train, so it was a little bit frustrating for me on via rail.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a shaky, the train, a fast speed train, it's not a smooth ride here, okay?
No. Not
It's not
no.
smooth, so it's
No.
kind of it's a little, you know what I
They
mean?
try. They try
It's
to
not
make it smooth, but
I could say
it
it's
just
not
can't be.
uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable, but it's like it's not smooth. Let's
Yeah.
just put it
You
that
you
way.
you feel yourself moving, like
Yeah.
you're shaking about, like you do. I know,
um
but it's better than the bus. I'll tell
it's
you that.
way better, girl. Way, and I
Way
for
better
work,
than
so
the
I do
bus.
business class. So you get a meal. The food's actually good on there. They
I
give you
know, right? I
the
was
food is
surprised.
so
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So it was good, and the week was just very busy. Let's put it that way. I felt it was
Yeah.
one week. It was one week that felt like 2 weeks. It was
Oof.
very, very busy. But sometimes, like you said, busy is not a bad thing. It's just
No.
you're busy,
Mhm.
and sometimes you feel really productive, which to
Yeah.
me is a good
Yeah.
feeling when I feel productive.
Yeah.
So, but it was let's just say I'm getting having a restful weekend because I need it. And other than that, I feel generally good.
Let's see.
and looking to wind down the summer in
Yes.
a chill way for the most part, I think.
Right. I feel
Okay,
like it
so
just flew by this whole
I
summer.
want to shout out my friend's event. It's called the Link Up. It's a pop up wine
Oh,
event series.
nice.
So she'll be having pop up events with an activity centered around wine.
Nice.
And the site is letslinkup.ca. And yeah, if you're passionate about wine and you're in the city, I would say follow her. Her Instagram is letslinkup.to. So let me
Nice.
giving her a little plug. It was a really good event. We made
Yes.
wine bottle labels, which is cute. I
Nice.
mean, it's cute. Like, I mean, I felt pressured. Like, I felt like, I was gabbing, but I had a full work day, so I kind of was ready. At a time, getting to 9 o'clock, I was about ready to go, and 8:20, I was still trying to finish up this thing, and I
Right.
kind of just rushed it. And the thing, but the thing is, no matter how bad you think it is, because I'm not really great with painting and stuff. I might even my handwriting is doo doo. But it's and once you put it on the bottle, it just
Right.
looks it's an abstract label. It could be
Exactly.
whatever, right? So it looks so much better, no matter how it looks on the paper. When I put it on the bottle, I was like, you know what, this
Yeah, the
can,
sleekness of the bottle always
yeah,
makes it look
it
nice.
just
Yeah.
helps. So yeah, that was I had a nice little social event too. So a balanced week, to be sure. All right, so sounds like we're doing good. We're doing good,
Yes.
getting shit done,
Yes.
getting life going on with life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's wonderful. So
Don't.
okay,
Yes.
like I said, we are doing a shoot this shit, liming and vibing kind of episode. So
Uh-huh.
we got a few topics that we want, big things that we've been seeing online, and we want to talk about. And before we jump into that, I want to say thanks again for our listeners for tuning in to all our episodes. Please continue to rate. If you're new, please rate the podcast on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you consume the podcast.
Yes. Please do.
Follow, download, and keep up with the podcast as we release new episodes. So thanks again
Yes.
for tuning in.
Yes. Thank you, y'all.
All right, so we're jumping into we're just gonna dive into it. We're just gonna
Right?
get into the mix. So our girl, Miss
Ugh.
Sha'Carri Richardson,
Shakiri can't stay out the
Sha'Carri, we
damn
want her to
rooms.
catch a
It's
break,
like,
but
Jesus. Ugh.
woo, girl.
Doing too much. Just doing too much.
So there was a headline where Sha'Carri Richardson was arrested for domestic violence involving her boyfriend, another track athlete, I know him very well, and 100-meter runner Christian Coleman, at a Seattle airport. And police body camera footage was released showing the heated verbal confrontation and with Richardson shoving Christian Coleman. So first, I want to say, remember, it's so funny because about 2 episodes ago, we were
Mm-hmm.
talking about that tragic story of
Okay.
a woman who basically killed her little niece and nephew,
Right?
and the
Okay.
reason why she got caught was a traffic stop, and we saw it on a police body cam.
Yep.
And I was saying that was a tragic and disgusting and terrifying to see a story to unfold on a body cam. But I said that more interesting things I like to see with
Okay.
the police body cam channels on YouTube are the ones with the airport altercations, because it's usually 9 times out of 10 somebody's drunk and belligerent.
Yep. Yep.
It's just
Yep.
somebody's drunk and ignorant, and they're getting kicked off the plane, and it turns into this whole drama. So I usually
Right?
like to see the airport videos, right? Lo and behold, this epic
Lo and
thing that
behold.
happens, I'm like, and then one of the things I've learned from watching those videos is don't cause a ruckus in the airport.
Airport.
Do not cause a ruckus in the airport. They will arrest you with the quickness. You don't play around in the airport. Stuff that you would do on the street, say in a
Right?
restaurant or in a mall, you get a little bit of a leeway. They escort you out. You're good. If you do
And
that
that's
in
if
the
someone
airport,
sees you. That's if someone
that's if
sees
someone
you.
sees you. But even if police come, they might escort you. They'll try to de-escalate if you get a really good police situation. But in the airport, you're always going to live in cuffs. Like they don't have it. They have to, like, you know what I mean? You
It
are
should be
going to
expected. That's all
jail.
I'm saying. It should be
And
expected.
so the footage came out. I only saw a little bit of it. I just saw the one where they're walking her to the they come in and they're talking to her in the airport, and they eventually put cuffs on her because pretty much they had got enough evidence from witnesses or video to see her hitting him and carrying on, that they had, no matter, he didn't want to press charges. He was like, it's okay, da 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 da. But we all know now in modern times, domestic violence, whether it's a man or a woman, if there's evidence or witnesses to one partner hitting the other, you will be
Yes.
arrested. You're going to be arrested, whether charges are pressed or not. You're going to actually, yeah, that you're going to be arrested, and charges will be pressed based on the city or law enforcement place that you're in, for the most part, in Canada and the US. You don't play around with that. And I think that's a good thing.
I think it's a great thing. But I like here's my thing, right? Is that there are certain places that you should understand you're being
Right?
watched.
Especially her as an international
I
athlete
just
who's
don't
traveled
understand
across the
it.
world. This girl is not, it's not the first time she's been in an airport.
No, and I just don't understand how you could be so stupid. Like and I say she's stupid because
Yeah.
not to say that she should be abusing this man. That's not what
Mm.
I'm not condoning it at all. Keep your damn hands to
To
yourself.
yourself, yeah.
However, if you're going to do something to your partner, it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be at the airport.
No, an
Okay?
international airport at that.
This is what okay. So when I saw the clips, right? Because I had to look through and make sure I saw different clips and they had different angles and stuff like that.
Hmm.
She was literally beating him up. Like
Yeah, she
she
was
was
throwing
beating him up.
hands. Yeah.
Right? She's throwing hands, she's pushing it, she's being very aggressive, right? Now let's just think if there were no cameras in the damn place, don't you think that some officer would see you? Like, don't you think that a security guard might pass
Hmm.
by you when you're doing this nonsense? Even if they had no cameras, right?
Yeah.
Why would you think that's appropriate at any point in time, but let alone in the airport where you know there's going to be a surge of extra law enforcement? There
Hmm.
will be. But even
Cameras
if we
everywhere.
put the cameras aside, don't you
Mhm.
think that there's going to be law enforcement that are at the damn international airport? I
Mm,
don't know.
right.
I don't
No,
know.
you're right. It was a foolish thing for her
Yeah,
to
but that
do.
just goes to show if she could do that there, can you imagine what she does at home?
Right? Well, that's basically the blowback that she's facing now. So she has since of course have to come out and address this. She is a public figure. She has a lot of brand deals that she needs to protect. She needs to protect her image, and this is definitely not helping, right? So she did two things. She did a video. I didn't watch the full video. I saw a little clip of it, but the criticism of the video is that she's not really, like, the little clip that I saw, she doesn't even look like serious. She's grinning like she's not taking this serious. She's doing what she's supposed to do to protect her situation with her partnership with brands and stuff, right? So, but I think she did also release a statement, a written statement on her Instagram, which, I mean, feels like it comes from feels a little bit more what's the word, authentic, because the
Right.
video is definitely, she could have kept that video, let's just put it that way. So in the message in her Instagram apology, she says, I apologize to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love from what I've experienced in my past. Due to past trauma and pain, I was blind and blocked off to not only receive it, but give it. I love him, and to him, I can't apologize enough. My my
Girl.
apology.
Uh-huh.
My apology should be just as loud as my actions, honestly louder. To Christian, I love you and I'm sorry.
Yeah, shut up. You know what? Here's my thing with Sha'Carri, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And this is why I don't have no grace for her this time
Hmm.
around. I don't have
Hmm.
no grace for her because when she came out, I was rooting for her.
Yeah. Yep.
Then she had this, marijuana situation,
Hmm.
blew up. She, it rocked her world for a minute. She wasn't doing the best. Then she came back with a vengeance. I was rooting for her again. I could understand the first time around, you didn't understand the magnitude of what you were dealing with,
Hmm.
and that now you're being thrown into the spotlight. I get that, right? However, at this point, you've had too many damn PR teams that would have sat
Mm,
your ass down and told you
mm,
what you should have and couldn't have done.
mm-hmm.
You were able to bounce back, and now you feel like you're bigger than the program, to the point where you are inside of the international airport beating up your boyfriend.
That's crazy. And
And
she was
then
violent. And she was going ham. She
just
wasn't even doing.
the
She was going
and when
ham.
you look at the size difference, when you see the
Crazy, right?
size difference, you can see it on camera, right?
Yeah.
You look at the size difference and you're like, girl, you have to go up on your tippy toes to box this man, okay? Like she
Yeah.
was doing too
She's a
much.
tiny girl with too much fire in her.
Okay? She was doing too much. She's out in these streets doing too much. So her head got so big, she didn't turn and say to herself, you know what? I need to learn something from what has happened, because everything that I've worked hard for was nearly snatched right from me. Okay, over a spliff. Like, for real. Now we got to a point where people are okay, that they're rallying behind you, they're, rooting you on, they want to see you win, to the point now you're going into an international airport thinking that you could box up a grown ass man
Mm.
in the airport and nothing happened to you. And what really got under my skin was the entire time this was her. Are you serious right now? I'm going to jail right now? Are you serious right now? Yes, heifer. You don't see your ass is in handcuffs? What you think? You're gonna beat up the man in the airport and nothing's gonna happen to you?
Well, something that somebody's been saying, like
Dumbass.
the men get in their feelings with these things because
No,
essentially, and
just
I think
everybody keep your damn hands to yourself. I
in
just don't
general.
understand why is this hard in the 2025? Keep your damn hands to yourself,
But you know what?
everybody.
I think this needed to be revealed because she probably goes on like this with him on a regular. So now with everything else, it's like she's growing up in front of us. I mean, if she didn't know she shouldn't be putting her hands on somebody, her boyfriend or whoever she's with, she just got a rude awakening with those handcuffs and stuff like that. No matter
Oh,
who you
okay.
are.
Am I going to jail
What
right
was funny
now?
was
Yes, heifer. Yes.
so here's the thing, and you haven't seen the apology video. I would say
I
check it
did
out.
see the apology
You did?
video. Yes, I
It's
did.
disgust. It is. It's
It is
crazy.
it is disgusting. This was like, for me, when I saw this, role reverse. Okay?
Mhm,
Because typically you would see a woman who's, making excuses for her abuser, and who's willing to deal and work through the problems, and I saw the roles reversed, where she was very flippant about she I didn't really get an apology that was
mhm,
sincere. I
mhm.
thought I got a lot of, oh, well, let me do damage control, but I
Yes, it's
didn't
damage
get a
control.
lot of, oh, I'm sincere and I really mean this and I need to work on my anger. No, I didn't get
Mhm.
none of that. I didn't.
Yeah, and even on her. Now, if I think back, like even though I like the written message more, she's focusing on the fact that yes, she hurt Christian and everything like that, but you need to focus on what are you going to do to like not repeat this behavior at this
Right?
point. This is like that was like wild. Bad enough you're doing it, period, but to do that in an airport, you have no control. You have no
None.
control.
And the fact that she was very much trying to claim, well, I'm not the only one. Okay, that doesn't make it any better though. Like,
Yeah, like cuz we didn't see him. We
I
didn't
didn't
see
see
him get
him put a
aggressive.
hand on her
As much as you were pushing up and carrying on with him, he didn't do nothing.
at all.
So,
At all. And I was expecting a little bit more, but he didn't give none of that. And I was very surprised that he didn't do anything about it, because
mhm.
a lot of men, especially when in public and you're trying to embarrass them, and
Yes, yeah, cuz they see that
they'll
as being
go
humiliated.
ham
Yeah.
on you. They will go ham on your ass. And so I thought that she was particularly lucky because
Mhm.
he didn't. He knew where he was. He knew he
Mm.
was in an international airport and that they have cameras at every stop turn. Nobody called the police. Nobody called the security. They saw her acting the fool. So just think, Jeanette, how much this heifer was acting the damn fool.
Oh
For
yeah.
them to pinpoint her in a huge crowd of people, because there were a lot of people around.
Yes, yeah. They probably are the ones who called the
So you
police.
caused that much of a disturbance where they were able to pinpoint in all their cameras that you were doing the stupidness.
Mm-hmm.
So you were going on like the damn fool. Sha'Carri, you need to go sit down someplace, okay? You need to go take more of your PR's advice, because at this point, I just think you're out here self sabotaging.
Mm.
You are self sabotaging yourself. And, a lot of the time when, someone like her who goes from, not so much being known to having a little bit of fame or infamy,
Yeah.
that when they go that way, it's like it gets to their head. And I think that because she was able to get over the marijuana thing, it got to her head to the
Yeah,
point where she thought,
she's lucky. She's lucky that she won't have any more chances after that.
well,
Like
this
a
is
lot
it.
this so she has to, and she'll feel that. But anyway,
And she's gonna
let's
feel it.
well
So
she
she's gonna fuck
we'll
around and
see.
find
I'm
out.
hoping that she will kind of like work on that, her anger issues or her whatever issues that she has. Again, we don't know the dynamics. A relationship is a two-way street, but either way, you shouldn't be putting, neither of them should be putting their hands on each other in public or in private. So hopefully they can work on that between each other, and I hope she doesn't suffer too much with the backlash with all of this stuff going
Well,
on. I'm
maybe
wishing
she
her the
needs
best.
to. Maybe she
Yeah.
needs to humble herself just a little bit more, because I think that she thinks she's bigger than the program. Just the fact that the way that she was hitting him, it was like, you do think you're bigger than the program. Well, somebody's gotta tell you, like, you're not. You're not. And so anyway, but she'll be
Mm-hmm.
fine. Because she'll learn a valuable lesson. And furthermore, despite what it forget about what it looks like. Everybody, just keep your damn hands to yourself. That's it. That's all. Just
Right.
stop hitting people. Like, there's other ways to work out disputes. There's other ways to, you know what I mean, than to put your hands on people. So
Yeah. And so, yeah, we wish them luck, and we'll see what goes on after. Hopefully, everything can clear up for them.
yeah,
Um, Next
hopefully.
story was okay. This was a big. They were hyping this up. Cardi B released the single "Imaginary Players." There was a lot of hoopla. We've been waiting a long time for her to release music. So there's a lot of anticipation with anything that she releases leading up to her new album. And so the new album is called Am I the Drama? And the song Imaginary Players is the second single. Outside, outside, and then outside is the name of the first single she released a couple months ago, I think.
It's a few weeks ago.
A few
It's
weeks. Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh, a few. Yeah. So they're saying Emma. So the album is going to be released September 19th.
Uh-huh.
So this is the single coming in, and there's a lot of hype because they're like, "Oh, she got Jay-Z's blessing," because basically the song's title, I don't know if the beat as well, is a play on Jay-Z's song "Imaginary Player." So is it the same beat of "Imaginary Player"? Is it
It's
sampling?
it's similar. It's very
It's
similar.
similar, but I
Yeah.
guess the title though definitely,
Yeah.
and the vibe I think of the song is probably
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the same as well. So, um, yeah, I took again. I only had one listen. I said I would when me and Kim were talking, prepping for the
Mm-hmm.
episode. I said I would listen to. I need to
Yeah,
listen to it
I
again.
did. Yeah.
But my review and my thoughts are based on one listen, and I don't think that an album or a song should be based on one listen. I can only but I'm just saying my initial thoughts. These are just initial thoughts. So I think lyrically it's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with the lyrics, but what threw me off with when I'm thinking about the lyrics is the flow. My issue is the flow. The beat is a very 90s hip hop beat. You think Jay-Z, think Biggie in the mid 90s. Um It's very smooth, very groovy, and she's fighting for her life on that beat. She's
Fighting
fighting for her
for
life
her
to find the beat
life.
of that on the song, and so
My
it's
good.
very distract. It was distracting for me.
Oh,
Um,
you're not the only one. Mm-mm.
it was very distracting for
I'll
me.
let you finish and then
Um,
I'll tell you what I think because I
and
listened to
I
it a
and
few
another
times.
observation outside of that was, I don't know what you think about this. We didn't talk about this, but I felt like she was taking a lot of shots at new rappers.
Hmm.
Um, and like coming out like basically saying like you just came out with one single and you think you're the, and that's not new. That's always that's the female rapper playbook.
Yep,
So that's
pretty
not that's
much.
every new female rapper on the game always has some type of lyric like that. So I do think that I don't know, it was a little bit again after one listen I felt it was interesting. It was interesting content to talk about, like basically the one hit wonders of the world, which we know. I would put Sexy Red, I would put
Yep, right
Ice
up there.
Spice, I would put,
Can't
I
hear
don't want to
again
put
from Ice
Gorilla there
Spice
yet.
again.
I don't want
Can't
to
hear
put
from
Gorilla
Ice
there
Spice
yet.
again. Ice Spice disappear around yourself.
Disappear already. And
Okay.
Sexy Red is
Yep.
fading.
Yep. Yep. Because every minute you're hearing about some sort of a disease that she, transsexually transmitted disease that she has or caught or is passing around.
I haven't heard that. I think
I
people like
have.
to
I've
say that
heard that
about
a
her.
few times. That her baby supposedly, it's even a rumor that she got it from Drake. But anyway, that's all speculation. I
Yeah.
don't want to know about her crotches. The girl has a damn lip gloss called gonorrhea. Like, I'm not fixing it. We're not even talking about Sexy Red. Let's get on
No,
point. Let's
no,
get
no.
on
So
topic.
yeah, so I don't know if you, I was just saying I don't know if you caught that, but that was
No, I
interesting to
did.
me
No,
as well.
I caught
Um
it. I listened to it a few times. So, okay, here's my thing with Cardi B.
mhm,
Um, she doesn't have enough range in terms of flow. And I find that she's often, unless she finds a really good beat that she can
mhm,
manage with
yeah.
her flow, she
Mhm.
often is fighting with the beat. And I was
Mm.
explaining yesterday to you how I feel about an artist and when they're rapping. There's rappers who are capable of, their flow is the tempo and the beat of the song, right? That wasn't this. Okay. Then there are people who can enhance the beat by their flow and their cadence, right? And that wasn't this. What I will say is I listened to it three times to be fair. One of which was the lyrics, just the lyrics, and obviously the sound. And yeah, the lyrics were tight, but she did definitely throw jabs at the up and coming.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't even know if they're up and coming to me anymore, but the ratchet ones. Like, I know she's throwing shots at them. I
Mhm.
get it. It's in the playbook, right? Nicki did it. Little Kim did it. Like, everybody's done it, right? At
Mhm.
one point or another in their career. But with this girl, Cardi, I just felt like you don't need to do that. You know what I mean? You've established yourself. I've always felt like a rapper who has kind of established themselves as a rapper. You don't need to take shots. Just sit on the throne. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
Just sit on the throne. Like, you don't need to do all of that. Let's talk about what you're doing. If you want to take shots at someone, like that song Outside, I thought that was really dope. I thought it was a really good song. um and just how she was able to, her style, her flow, her cadence was actually able to enhance the beat of the song in Outside. But in that, she directed her anger and frustration to who it should be at, which is her baby father slash ex-husband.
Mm.
Okay. And
And I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of that in the, hopefully.
and
That's what
maybe
I'm
that's the reason
anticipating.
that this is the album, because we've been waiting, sitting back and waiting for another album to drop, right? So if this is what you need, the fire underneath your tail to get that album out, then whatever it is. Thanks, Offset, for the nonsense.
Yeah.
Because we've been waiting long enough, right?
Mhm.
But I'll say this: I have been waiting quite a bit along a time for
Yeah, let me see
this.
again. I'm gonna check. Let me check
For
one.
this song, though, Cardi, this is what you had me waiting
She
for.
had outside first, which outside I
Yeah,
think
I'll
is
give her that, right? But now people are going to be wanting and craving more of
so
the album.
her first like official debut album was Invasion of Privacy, which came out 2018. So
That's
that
a
is
long
2 plus
time.
5, 7 years.
Okay, that's a long time. And she's been riding the coattail of that damn song, that damn album forever.
Which
And
is fine.
I'm just trying to be honest though. There's only a few really good artists out there that could make one album last for a decade or make one album last for 15, 20 years.
Hmm.
Lauren Hill is one of them.
Hmm.
Okay, Lauren Hill is one of them because for some reason her 20-year-old, 25-year-old record is still
25-year-old,
popping.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's still popping all today. Um, you know, who else can I think of? Um, there's always the greats like Little Kim. Her last album, it did her well for, about 10 years. And then after that,
I'd say
everybody.
first two hardcore is a certified classic.
It
So
is right? So, Sade. Sade is
Sade's. I was
notorious for this
thinking that
shit.
Sade is another one who
Right? So
totally
there's
has.
a
Yeah.
very few selective few that can ride the wave. Rihanna,
You don't
that
have a
can,
choice, but yes,
right,
yes.
right,
It
right. But here's the thing is that people don't get too vexed with her because her last album was the bomb.
was a classic.
Right? Right?
Anti was her best album. It was a
What
classic.
I'm saying. So there's only a few people that can do that.
She probably I don't even think she can do a better album than that. Sorry,
I
I'm
really
just
don't. At this point in
yeah.
time, I think she's moved on to
She's
bigger
over
and
it.
badder things. I
She's
don't even
over it.
think
Yeah.
she has that creativity. I think it's gone into a different direction.
Yes.
But however, there's only a few people that can do that. And I'm sorry, Cardi, you just ain't one of them, girl. We've been waiting forever. And outside was nice, but it was a taster, right? And then now
Hmm.
it's like, okay, this was next.
I
Ugh.
think there was a lot of hype there. It was. I just again one listen. I want to give it a chance, but for me, it was distracting how much she was fighting that beat.
It was
It was just
very
distracting.
distracting. And it was to the point where, okay, it was not only just distracting, but it kind of was a letdown because for me, it's like, you want me to sit around and wait for a decade for, another album? Bruh, everything needs to hit hard. Everything needs to hit hard. You got too damn long.
But here's what I think she's trying to say. Let me put my PR hat on.
Okay.
What she's trying to say about the album is yes, you're gonna get bops that you're used to, i.e.,
Right.
outside. That's where outside came from, and you're
Right.
gonna get a sexy video. You're gonna get a sexy visuals. And now with this one, she's trying to say, but you're gonna get something different too.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna change it up for you guys. And
Right.
so
Right.
that's the messaging I'm getting from the two different types of songs.
Yeah, well then you need to come harder. Like you need to be
She needs to execute better on it.
yeah, cuz that beat just wasn't it. Not
It's
for
not
you,
the
not
beat. The
for
beat is
her.
fine, but
Not for
she couldn't.
her.
She couldn't ride that beat. That was a little
No,
too complex for
it
her.
just for me I just thought that
Yeah.
constant battle between you and the beat was just too much for my ears. So it was like, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like,
So
okay.
even after you had a little bit more listens than me, you still feel that way. You still think
I do,
it's a mess.
and I made it a point to one of those three was
Yeah.
listening to the song while the
Yeah.
lyrics were being shown, because
Yes. Yeah.
sometimes I like to see
Me
the
too. If I
lyrics.
really want to assess a song, I have to do that. You have to do that.
I
Yeah.
have to because then it gives me a better perspective, right? And so I
Mm.
just felt like, nah, man, fam, that didn't make it.
Still wishing her well. This is a
Yes,
quick thing.
I'm actually curious to see what the rest of the album has to
Oh
say.
yeah, I think it's gonna be solid. And even if it's not, it won't be. It probably won't be Invasion of Privacy because that song, 80% of that album was all bops, as far as I'm concerned.
True,
So that's a hard one to beat for your first album.
that's true.
But I think she will deliver something solid, where at least 50% are solid songs.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
what I'm
give her that.
anticipating.
because this wasn't one of
So
those.
a quick thing we didn't talk about this in our pre-show, but I thought it was really important to bring up. So the beat there is word that the beat it's not word, it's official. BT Hip Hop Awards and Soul Chain Awards have been suspended.
Yes.
And so based on the statement from the CEO, they're making it seem like okay, it's probably suspended from live TV, but they're trying to find another format for it. So I'm thinking ideally, most likely they're trying to find a way to do a streaming thing. But I feel like one of the things, the prestige of these award shows, no matter if it's a top cream of the crop like the Grammys
Mm-hmm.
or whatever else below, is TV exposure is a huge deal for artists.
Yeah.
They want to get their
Yeah.
music out there. They want people to see how they perform. They want them to see their fashions. So being removed from the air is going to be a big dip, I think, in the people who attend, and
Yeah.
that's more my worry.
I think that now as Black people, we will have to find different niches to promote our music to a broader scale of people,
Mhm.
because that's what the award show did. There are some people who watch the award shows specifically to learn about new artists and
Right,
to see different
exactly.
performers. And you know but so the last BET awards was done with Kevin Hart, correct?
Yeah, but let me correct. It's the BET Hip Hop Awards and Soul Train Awards that are being suspended, not the BET Award. So the
Oh,
BET
okay.
Award, because remember they did a big job. They've been like elevating and making it better and better. But they're saying that because it it's being suspended because there's been a drop in viewership. But
Right.
when I think about specifically the BET Hip Hop Awards, I've never really been a big fan of how they do it. The
Yeah.
only thing they had that was really original that I would go out of my way to tune in is like the what do you call it, the ciphers. They used to do those ciphers, so
Right.
any up and coming,
Yes.
with the up and coming artists or even legendary, like now they do like different ones where they have like the seasoned rappers, or they'll do one of the up and coming. But before, you always used to be the up and coming rappers would do a cipher, and that's like a freestyle. Like every artist would do like a little freestyle on the cipher, so it was a good way to see them
Yeah.
like on the dome. I'm sure most of them they were scripted, but whatever, who cares. It was nice to see them get creative with that, right? So but to me, I've never been a big fan of how they did the BET Hip Hop Awards. It always felt a little thrown together. And then the
Right.
Soul Train
Right.
Awards, I think they took over the Soul Train Awards from VH1. Um, but I mean, they're all owned by the parent company of, I think it's, what's the parent company of BET again? They own MTV. Anyway, I can't remember the name of the parent.
I,
Viacom.
Viacom.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Viacom owns all of them anyway. But no, I just lost my screen.
Oh, what happened?
Okay, yeah. So sorry, a little technical difficulty. We're back online, and we just were going to close out on talking about the suspension of the BET Hip Hop and Soul Train Awards, and essentially, I could see where the Hip Hop Awards dwindling in viewership because I feel like they don't put the same effort that they put into the other award shows. Even the BET main award show is
Yeah.
really like you're bringing up the one with Kevin Hart. They did a really good job this year,
Yeah, they
and
sure
I think they
did.
want to focus on making that better than
Yeah.
probably having three shows that they only focus on one and the two that are subpar, and they're losing viewership anyway. And another
And
point,
yeah, and I
Mhm,
was gonna say Soul Train Awards, like I'm
mhm.
sorry, there's not a lot of generation that's watching that anymore.
No, no, yeah, because
So
R&B is changed so much.
yep, yep, very much so. You know.
So
So
I'm kind of technically not surprised in them losing viewership, but essentially their president Scott Mills is suggesting that the award shows may return in a different format, maybe streaming or other digital platforms. But they're not permanently canceled. So hopefully we can see a reimagined version of these that still
true.
honor artists and still are entertaining for viewers. So hope that they can find a way to bring that back. So now
Yes.
we're going to go on to the Sydney Sweeney controversy. with the American Eagle ad.
Ugh, stupid
Um,
ass commercial. Sorry, it was dumb.
um,
It said
it,
a lot, but it was dumb. You know.
yeah, even the way it was like even the way she speaks, like so weird. Like the way she's speaking or whatever. But essentially, it's like a play on. And it's like to me, I feel like it's a dog whistle. Like even surface level, it's dumb
Yep.
to say like, okay, oh, genes, genetic genes, and denim jeans. Ooh, that's kind of basic in itself. But
Yeah.
then the dog whistle to like all the white nationalists and like people who think and believe in white superiority. That was like another
Mm-hmm.
dog whistle because their sales are skyrocketing.
Right. Oh,
Because
okay.
any publicity is publicity, any right, even negative or positive publicity works the same way for a brand, right? And usually because if you're appealing to a certain demographic with the messaging in that ad. And so
Definitely. Definitely.
um yeah.
Definitely trying to appeal to blonde haired, blue eyed people.
Hmm.
Or people that are like her or see themselves in her.
And see themselves, yeah, even if you
And
don't, that's
I
not
don't see
you.
myself in her.
Oh, of course not.
Um, those jeans, to be quite, they're basic. They're
Oh yeah.
basic to me. They're very basic jeans for a basic looking woman. Um, so yeah, I feel the definitely the dog call. I definitely feel
Yeah.
that one. It was very much a nationalist type of attitude, like,
Hmm.
oh, hear us white people, hear us roar.
Hmm.
That's what it felt like. And to me, she's so flippin' basic. Like, I'm sorry.
I always
I've
call
seen
it
some
yeah.
real baddies as white women, and
Mhm.
she just wasn't it. And I've seen some baddies like, okay, like if you think back in the day, what is her name? What is it? Crawford. What was her
Mm,
name? Or
like
Angela Bassett, or not
okay.
Angela Bassett. She's black. Sorry.
Mhm.
Um, the lady
Beautiful.
that had the mole, and it was like a big thing back in the day. You
Oh,
remember
Cindy
her?
Crawford. Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford. Like,
Mhm.
these are gorgeous white women, right?
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
you put on those jeans and you will inspire every woman to want to have those jeans on.
Mhm.
I just felt like she didn't quite make it. Like, I just felt like
Well,
she's very basic, very basic. I'm
like
not
so,
saying that she's not
she's
pretty.
no, yeah.
She's a good
Here's
looking woman, but
mhm.
she is very basic looking woman.
Yes, yes,
You
yes, yes. So
know?
what I was gonna say, to me, a lot of her appeal or why people are sexualizing her a lot and putting her in that bombshell category is literally just because she has a bigger bust than the average young white woman. Like she's very busty,
Oh.
and so that is why I believe she's been objectified in white media or whatever. But
Oh.
I personally think she's a butterface. I don't even think she's like average. I think in the face she's even below average for a white girl.
Right? Because I was
Because
seeing a lot of lines going on. But
no,
anyway,
like she has a
hmm,
lumpy dumpy face. Sorry, but
yeah,
like I'm just saying, if this is your queen, that's fine. But she, yeah, but her
right?
face. If you everybody doesn't know, everything looks good, but the face.
But her face,
Um,
yeah.
I commend her, but I'm not saying she's not like Kim said she's not ugly, but I'm just saying I don't see like if this is a person you're putting on a pedestal,
Right? I don't
I
see the
don't
where.
know
I don't know.
I
She
don't know
shouldn't be on that
why.
pedestal.
So it's
Um,
fine. Yeah, she's not. I'm not saying she's an unattractive person, but I'm just saying
no,
if this is a
yeah,
person that you want to be the pinnacle of beauty for whiteness,
right?
then whoa, downgrade. But
You missed it. You did not hit the mark. I'm sorry.
there's so many other beautiful white
That's
women
what I'm
you
saying.
could
Like,
have
when I
choose.
think in my generation, the beautiful white women that were out at that time, like Cindy Crawford, for instance, and there were so many others, but Cindy Crawford has always stood out to me because she had, even amongst the white women, a different
But
look.
even if you want to focus on the blonde, blue-eyed, you have Margot Robbie, you have
There you
Charlize Theron, you
go.
have so many. But you know what? I'm happy because I'm like, yes, okay, for those anti woke or those white nationalists, yes, this is your queen. Take her.
right? Because she's a basic
But
bitch goat, yeah.
I
But
will say, I don't know if it's her fault or not. I don't know yet, but she is a registered Republican. Again, I'm not going to use that against her, but she is actually a solid actress, and this is how I know her to be a butterface. She has done a few roles where she has no makeup on, and I'm like,
ooh,
wow.
ooh, it's rough.
It's rough, and I'll just leave it there. And I'll also say that what I don't appreciate is that Trump or some people have been getting into this thing where they're trying to compare Beyonce's Levi's campaign with this one. I don't really like getting it. I don't even want Beyonce mixed up with any of this nonsense. American Eagle decided to go with this campaign. It was a dog whistle for white nationalists. Y'all go ahead and do that. I feel that, and I think Sydney Sweeney, not just with this campaign, she's been doing a lot of brand partnerships, which I get it,
Right,
girl. Make your money while you can.
right,
She has a deal with Elf Cosmetics. I think she has another one outside of this. What I say that to say is I think she's saturating the market with herself. Give it a rest, girl. Take a break. I don't know if you're trying to just make sure you get as much money as you can for your little 5 years of fame and dip out of Hollywood. I don't know what your goal
right.
is. But it's your
Yeah,
I'm seeing too much of her. I'm seeing too much of her.
she's trying to run it dry because she knows it's gonna dry up soon.
Okay, and that's fair. And honestly, in modern Hollywood,
Yeah,
that's actually a
yeah. She's
fact.
gonna
So
be.
I'm
Give her another 2 years and she'll be old.
well.
I know
th-
that sounds horrible, but the industry is that where people will not remember her 2 years from now unless she has some outstanding role where she gets a lot of accolades for. I don't see people remembering her.
Yeah, because
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
even though, like I said, I think she's actually a solid actress, but she has been kind of
Yeah,
just
but she's
pumping.
forgettable.
Yeah, but I do, and another thing is she's been pumping out, like she's been doing a lot of roles, like just like she did a scary movie, she did this other movie. She's been, I again, overexposure is the word I'm using, and I don't think she's been being very discerning. I think she's just trying to roll through while she
See,
can.
that's not always a good
Um,
thing.
so anyway, to move, I don't want to put any attention on this, but I did want. It was a big controversy, and it's like it was so obvious what it was, and people trying to gaslight us into thinking it's not a dog whistle to white nationalists and purism. Then no, it was pretty evident, and
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't know.
In your face.
I hope people watching it who don't believe in that don't will just, it's not on Sydney Sweeney per se because maybe she read a script. I'm gonna play devil's advocate, but on the brand itself, like I mean, me as a black person, I'm not wearing American Eagle anyway because of the
Yeah,
shape of the jeans is not for me. But
no,
still,
they don't have any shape. Um, and you could see that just by the model herself. Like, I mean, it was pretty much up and down. Like, there wasn't. I don't know. It's not made for someone who has like a woman's body, like a curvy body. But
exactly,
and to their own, to each their
it's
own.
your own.
Because
Yeah, it's fine,
I
but
wouldn't be going to American Eagle for jeans.
no,
Sorry.
exactly for anything. Period. Point blank.
Right?
Anyway.
Like, sorry, they're very basic jeans.
And
I mean,
hence, I guess the spokeswoman. Makes sense
well,
now, maybe. Now we're getting it. We're getting in
I
the direction.
mean, you know,
So yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time on that one, but I just
yeah, but
it was a big thing online, so I wanted us to kind of put our 2 cents. But yeah.
right.
So we'll move on to Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar's out in these streets, people. My
Dr.
gosh.
Umar is trying to make fund
Beg
money
again, beg
for,
again.
not for the school this time, but for his own personal
Oh gosh.
finances because supposedly he got swindled by somebody and his accounts got frozen. And so he was online asking for money, personal money, for he takes care of his mother, and so I guess it was more for his personal issues. A lot of people, general consensus online, a lot of people are, it's easy to clown him because he is a clown. Like
Yeah,
he carries himself like a clown, even though to me his beliefs and his mission is noble.
it is
But
very noble.
mhm,
But that's why I think he hides in that disguise because it is so noble
yeah.
and so many people will donate.
Yeah.
just based off of that, that he is trying to help our community.
Yeah. And he, to me, and I can be,
Or I don't know, is he? I don't
I
know
will
anymore.
admit to being more of a naive person when it comes to trusting people and their beliefs and their doing. So I don't think he's a fraud. I think, he's done tours on the school. He's taken other people, so some people other people have vetted it. It's not just him saying it. So
Uh-huh.
I do believe the school is a thing that is on its way.
Yeah.
But I don't know now with this new thing, it's a little sketchy. So I don't know.
With Dr. Umar, he's always presented himself with a lot of knowledge that is very
Yeah.
helpful to the Black community. And I think he started out with the best intention. I think he started out with honestly trying to change our community.
Hmm.
And so I can see the effort, but there was a point, and I don't know when this happened. I don't know when the change happened, but he did change and he started to focus a little less on the mission at hand and a little more on himself. And so, I mean, I could see why, I could understand why, he's a bit of a character. For the most part, people were embracing of him, for the most part. But I think his mission fell off. And I think he lost sight of it for a minute. And I want to be naive to what he's doing, but I think he's making it more and more obvious where it's hard for me to stay naive
Hmm.
because it just seems too coincidental. It seems like he's setting this up for this school to not be around. I'm not disputing that he got the school. I'm not disputing that he started working on the school. I can see that. He's
Hmm.
shown us clips with him in front of the school doing all
Hmm.
sorts of things in the school. I get it. But I think there was the mission and then there was him, and I
Yeah.
think he is first and the mission is second. And so, not that it's not important, I just think that his head got a little big.
Hmm.
He was getting a lot of publicity. He was getting a lot of people interviewing him, especially with, the last few months with Diddy and, just people want to hear what Dr. Umar has to say. But Dr. Umar has a life outside of being an activist. And I think that life kind of seeped through into his mission. And, listen, he can have his own preferences, but where I have a problem,
Hmm.
do not use the Black community and not produce something. Because now the whole thing is, well, the county might repossess the school and auction it off. So that means to say, wait, so all this paperwork that you should have done to at least secure being the owner of said school hasn't been completed. So this is an intelligent Black man. He's not an idiot,
No, he's
right?
clearly not an idiot. No,
Is clearly not an idiot.
he
And we
plays an
know,
idiot, but
right? He's supposed to be the principal of this said school that is supposed to, educate Black boys and girls.
hmm.
Okay. And the way I've seen him online as of late, I wouldn't send my child there if you paid me to. Okay? Because if you're the representation of leadership and there's something that goes awry in a project like this, you need to take the responsibility. But what I saw more of was a lot of fingers pointing outward, but none pointing inward at himself and where he could have, because I just don't understand. You've gotten the donations. Why haven't you, have full ownership of the school? Why hasn't a lot of questions that I'm seeing are the school just doesn't seem to be established with the county. And why is that? Right? Like you've had ownership of this school for many, many years now. So it just seems like maybe there's some the transparency issues with like being forthcoming about the school and the status of the school. And I know he tries to, but I feel like he focuses on the wrong things. Like I've heard him say at least a dozen times that they're going to paint. We shouldn't be focusing on painting right now. We need to focus on ownership
Hmm.
so that Nobody can turn around and now say that they're going to auction off anything. Anyway, there's lots of things that are coming out about this, and it's linked to his romantic life, and supposedly there was a woman that he was involved with that was helping him with his mother, that could have, just before he went to South Africa, could have tapped in or scammed somehow into his accounts. And there's a whole setup of what seems to be happening. And as of late, now we're hearing that the school is going to be auctioned. And I feel like there's a lot of storytelling along the road, and he's not
Mm-hmm.
being entirely forthcoming. And I think it's because he's kind of mixed his personal with this mission.
Mm-hmm.
And the mission is not happening the way it should. I don't think he's being 100% transparent with what's happening, because if he were, we would know that the county has been trying to come after this property for some time.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't just be sprung upon us that well, and when I say us, I've never donated to his cause.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as the community, you've told the community what you're going to go out here and do, and people believe in you, whether it's just watching one of your interviews or watching one of your, I have contributed in some shape or form. And so I feel entitled, yes I do, to say, what, you're just now doing this, you're just now have this, what have you been doing, Dr. Umar? Left, right, and center, I'm hearing you come from South Africa. I don't know, a lot of people are speculating he's going to take the money and run. Okay, and that
Mm-hmm.
he might be going out trying to set himself up shop in Africa. I don't know, but what I do know is this does not look good.
Mm-hmm.
What I do know is your head got a little too big, Dr. Umar. And what I can say for sure is you've brought so much drama towards this school that I don't know how many people are going to want to enroll after all of this. Because you've been showing your ass out here on this internet. Okay. And it's like, this is how the principal of the school is going to behave himself. As a parent, I don't know if I'd want to enroll just based off of that. You would be somebody who I'm going to hold more accountable than everybody else because you're the principal of the school. But anyway, to each their own. Dr. Umar, you're going to do what you're going to do. I think you needed a little, your someone needs to pop your bubble. You know what I mean? And so you can come back down to the mission, because I think you got above it. I think he thought he was a little bit bigger than the program.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, so we'll see
we'll
how
see what
he gets
pops.
out of this new challenge and hole. All right, so we'll move on to a little touchy, very kind of a touchy subject. Around George Floyd again,
Yeah.
the people not letting this man rest.
Right?
So rapper Lil Yachty, also known as Boat, had previewed a song. I don't even know if it's a serious song. I don't know how anybody takes Lil Yachty serious, to be honest. But anyway,
I don't.
um, where the lyric in the clip um says, "Put my knee up on her neck. I went George Floyd." First of all, that's stupid because
Right?
if we want to get literal here, George Floyd's knee wasn't on anybody's neck. Somebody's knee was on his neck. That's why he died, and that's dark and twisted. So the fact
Right?
that you even want to put this in a lyric, and seeing everything that that stupid documentary that Candace Owens did, trying to make George Floyd look like somebody who deserved to get what he got from the police, and all these things. It's like, why would you even want? It's basically too soon. I
Right?
don't think it would be ever tasteful, but either way, too soon. Way too soon. 5 years later, too soon for that bullshit.
Right? Okay. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
has, so in response, this is how I heard of it because I more saw the statement from George Floyd's brother before even seeing the song. Because Lil Yachty, I don't give a shit about, straight period point blank. I don't give a shit about Lil Yachty.
Right?
But so I knew that this happened. So Lauren LaRosa got a statement. Lauren LaRosa of the Breakfast Club got a statement from George Floyd's brother, Terrence Floyd, and he said, "I believe it's inconsiderate inconsiderate, referring to the lyric. I believe sometimes this generation doesn't pay attention to what they say just to make a song and just get on the charts and really feel like the people listening will accept it because of who he is. It's really inconsiderate that you should think about it's really inconsiderate. You should think about what you're writing. It may make sense to you, but think about the impact to others. People are sending the clip to me. I want the line change. Let my brother rest in peace. It disturbs the family's peace. There has to be a better message. And it kind of goes on, but it cuts off from the Instagram post that I'm looking at. Also, Steven Jackson, which was that basketball player who looks like they're friends, who was a friend of George Floyd's, and they look it's eerie how much they look alike, has also called out Yachty, but Yachty must have reached out to him and apologized. But again, that was behind closed doors. Apologized. So Steven Jackson has since removed that post from his Instagram. But I think Yachty owes the family an apology. Forget about public figures. The family,
Yeah.
an apology for that tasteless lyric.
Does nobody have respect for the dead anymore? Like, I just don't understand this. I think I have a hard time because, first of all, it's talking about the way that somebody died, and you're putting it into relation to you and having a relationship with a girl. Like,
Not even a relationship, sleeping with her, just having
thank
sex.
you. Yeah, clarify. Yep. Having sex with a girl. So you're putting that sort of violence in that
Mm,
sexual experience, and for me
mm,
they just don't rock.
mm.
They just don't. For a second, Little Yachty, like, honestly, I never liked his music. I don't like his music. There's maybe one song I think is called Broccoli. um
Yes, yeah. That it wasn't even him. Oh, he's a featured on that song. I do
He's a
like that
feature
song.
on that song too.
Yeah.
Yeah, on top. But that's the only one that I would ever listen to that has him in it. First,
Mm.
second, I don't particularly like his flow. I don't like his rap. I just don't like him. Never really have. So I'm not gonna begin now. And him making those type of lyrics are so damn disrespectful. Like, I just feel like as of late in the last 5 years, this generation, like, they don't have any damn flipping respect. This man died on a street corner with somebody pressing is the life out of him. How could you take that and put that in a lyric that has to do with sex with a woman? It's so deranged. You know what I mean? Like, just really deranged. And so I find it so hard for me to, like, listen to people like him. He that was so much of a clout chasing moment. Like, that was a line he specifically wanted in there. Didn't need to use it.
He wanted to put, like you said, he got what he got what he wanted because
Yeah, he
people
got the
are.
attention, but
Mhm.
it's not the attention. Well, nowadays, well, back in my day, you aimed for good attention, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
now it's like, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Attention is attention, and it's a high commodity that people are willing to go to great lengths to receive. Like this. This is very disrespectful. Very
Mhm.
disrespectful. I would feel very hurt as his family, because this is not it's not funny. It's not funny, it's not romantic, it's not a lot of things. And so I find when you have to do, like, you know how in the comedy world they call it slapstick comedy?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I feel like this is like slapstick rap. Like,
That's is literally his style of rap.
exactly. And
He's trying to change it, but generally, yes.
yeah, but it's the only thing that makes him money.
Mm.
So he's not going to change it because it really is the only thing that has made him any sort of coin. So he's not going to go out on a limb and actually do something that, might actually be worth listening to. Like, this song was stupid. It was stupid. It was a stupid song. Um and another thing I wanted to say quickly about this generation is, what is the fascination with like hurting people. And like, I don't know what it is, but I've seen in the last like year or so, there's like an increase of like, I don't know, I don't want to just call it demonic, but it's like deliberately hurting people. Like, uh I don't know, you'll hear more domestic situations in songs, or you'll hear more of like, my day, yes, we had killing and beating up people and all that stuff, but I find like it's taken a different dark turn.
Hmm.
Like this type of nonsense. Like, what are you saying? What do you realize what you're saying? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he lost his life on. So that's what I'm hearing more of nowadays, is like this very twisted sort of, I don't know, rap or songs or drill music or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't care. It's really dark.
Mm.
It's not even like, oh, I'm self defense, or I'm defending myself, or I'm standing up for myself, or there's something behind it that everybody can kind of relate to. This is just dark, demonish type of shit. Why are you talking about that in relation to having sex with a woman? How do you correlate the two? Tell
Hmm.
me, because it didn't make any sense to me. It just sounded very dark and very in a direction I don't want to go. So anyhow, well,
Hopefully he learns his lesson and he gets he gets spanked. Um,
some.
but we'll see.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
let's move on, because this
we're gonna
one
move
right
on.
here, oh
Yeah,
boy.
it's like, well, the ones, if you think about it, it's like, what the heck, what the hell, what the helly. Okay, so
Right?
next,
The hell you.
what the helly hunting.
I'm telling you.
So you were brought this story to my attention. I was trying to find it's more, so anyway, Kirk and Rasheeda, um son and daughter
Daughter.
are
Yeah.
being connected to the death of rapper T Hood. Basically, Rashid, their daughter was in a relationship with the rapper. The rapper was physically abusing her and beating her, and she
Mm-hmm.
called her brother maybe after one of the incidences, and essentially the brother may have been the one to kill him. This is alleged. It's very alleged because it's not on any official news sites. From what I saw, it's
Yeah.
kind of like on the rumor mill, because T Hood's family member is basically going on online like Facebook or Instagram to tell her side of the story, and
Yeah.
so maybe there's definitely more to come. But right now,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have any official story. It's basically what T Hood's family. We're just getting this from the point of view
Yeah.
of the family member of the person who was killed.
Yes.
So it's pretty sad that I don't care about T Hood. He was a woman beater, so I really don't care about him. But I think it's pretty sad that it's a common story that we hear, and it's so interesting. I saw this um breakbeat channel. I don't know the name of the trapping, and I think it's called Trap Anonymous or Trap Anonymous or something. I don't know. It's a guy who does interviews. He's based in Philly, and it's always in black and white. But you hear these harrowing stories in people's lives where they basically got through
Yeah.
these dark situations, and one of them. I just saw one today. So this is touching on that a little bit, bringing that back up. Is that this woman who nearly was beaten to death
Yeah.
because her husband was pretty much down low,
Yep.
and I was like, girl, why did you just pack up and leave? And he was
Right?
like, don't
You know
ever.
these motherfuckers are crazy.
If these men are kicking your ass regularly, you think you can tell him that you're gonna leave
Right?
and give him time? No, you just leave.
And exposes secrets. You
And,
must be no
right.
girl.
So that's the thing.
Girl.
I'll send you the link. It was distressing.
Right?
It was a lot. Let's put it that way. But anyway, it brings me back to this story because it's really about domestic violence. Somebody ended up dead, but you know what? She could have ended up dead.
Exactly.
Um, I don't know her. I'm trying to look up their names. that they're alleging. I don't know the Kirk. Yeah, so Kirk and Rasheeda, we know Kirk and Rasheeda from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but I don't really know their kids' names. I think I seen them trending online.
So the girl
Hmm.
who is their daughter, her name is K Hood or what? No, it's K pop she has a nickname.
Okay.
But anyways, so why I wanted to talk about this story was
Hmm.
because this happens often and we don't address it enough.
Yeah.
She's in a domestic relationship. Even Kirk and Rasheeda have kind of, I don't say they're washed their hands, but
Hmm.
it comes out now. I saw a clip today that they kind of washed their hands of it because they knew their daughter was not going to leave.
Okay. Yeah.
So they didn't get involved, but
Hmm.
they knew what was going on.
Hmm.
So the young man, which is her brother,
Hmm.
he lived in the same duplex that she lived in. And he could hear this man wailing on her.
Mm-mm.
Okay? And he decided, you're not going to kill my sister today. So he went down and he started to deal with the situation. And so right now, the police are speculating that it could be perceived as defense,
Hmm.
that he was defending himself and his sister,
Yeah.
because we see clips and videos of what this guy was doing to this young girl.
Mm.
He wasn't just beating her,
Mm.
okay? Like he was torturing her.
Mm-mm.
There was a night her best friend comes online and gives her version of the stories and stuff and all of the abuse that has been going on. And there was a point in time where he started beating her and strangling her out of her sleep.
Mm-mm.
Okay? So this woman woke up in fear because somebody was strangling her. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is the type of man. Now, should she have left? Yes. Did she? No. She Right. So her brother defended her.
Mhm.
The police are saying it could be that it's defense.
Yeah.
You hear somebody doing those type of things to your sister,
Yeah.
that's what you're going to do.
Mhm.
However, the family of the young man T Hood is saying, well, how is that when he 5 of the 7 shots were in his back? That means that he was either walking or running away. And that might very well be so. However, we don't know what he was walking away from.
Mhm.
We don't know what he might have been running towards. We don't know. So we're going to have to see how that all plays out. But this is getting a lot of, it's growing legs only
Mhm.
because Rasheeda and Kurt. And there's been lots of drama that's been going on in their personal love, their personal marriage, and I this is a bit of a distraction from that.
Mm.
And it's sad because these young people don't understand, like they don't have the concept that life is precious and you shouldn't be out here doing all of this. But he was beating her like nobody's business. There was pictures that are now circulating, there's videos that are circulating. This guy was wailing on her. Like
Mm-mm.
one of the videos was kind of triggering to me, so
Mm.
I had to turn it off. I just
Oh.
had to turn it off.
Mhm.
Um and she just kept going back. She just kept going back. And she did try to involve her family. She actually tried to get rid of him at one
Mhm.
point,
Mhm.
but he's narcissistic, he's an abuser. He's not you're not just going to walk away that easily.
Yeah.
Um and he made her life hell, and it got to the point where now he's no longer with us. And unfortunately, the truth is, with domestic violence, that is the outcome. That's It's either jail or death. And so we're gonna have both of those in this scenario because her brother is gonna go to jail if he's not found that this is defense, he could do a lot of time. Then the young man, is gone for life. He's done. It's over. You know? So when as women we're in these domestic situations, we need to get out for everybody's good, not just our own. Because
Mm.
look, you could be putting your family members, your father, your brother, your uncle out here to rot in a jail. Because this was happening for like a while now, since April. you know they have a video of him going around where he was shot in April as well. He's been shot a couple times, but this
T
one
Hood,
was fatal.
T
T
Hood.
Hood, that's
Mm.
correct. Yeah. So he's out here in these streets, okay? He's out here in these streets, and she didn't leave him alone. She didn't walk away. So it's unfortunate, but I'm gonna keep my ear to the ground because I want to see how Rasheeda and Kirk respond to this. Because right now, a lot of what we've seen is their marriage in the public eye, and that's taken like a front seat. And I've
Hmm.
always thought to myself, well, what about their kids? Now, these kids, they're not kids, they're grown, they're in their
Yeah.
early 20s and stuff.
Yeah, she's actually 30.
Oh, right. And I think that
Kelsey
T-Pain was
Frost.
33. I think he was 33,
Okay.
the T Hood.
T
So,
Hood.
but yeah, I mean, they should still be checking in with their daughter, especially if they know that she's with an abusive man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
But it seemed like they kind of washed their hands of this a little bit. But I'm gonna find out more, and more is gonna come out as time goes on, and we'll see what happens with her little brother.
Yeah, we'll see if this makes official news because right now it hasn't.
No,
It's kind of on the Atlanta rumor sites, but that's it.
right, right.
Okay, so last we're gonna round off with the current Labubu craze.
Yeah, I don't know
The
why.
Labubu craze. Everybody's going crazy over Labubus. They're like the new Beanie Babies. So they
At least they're
say.
trying. They're
They're trying. At
trying.
least they're trying.
Yeah, because
So
Beanie Babies were cute.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I was looking up. So a story I'll share. So it's a huge thing. Adults and kids, fashion brands, everybody's talking about the Labubus. So I was just trying to have a conversation with my little niece. She's 8 years old, and I'm like, "Oh, do you want a Labubu?" Just so you see, she's like, and then my sister laughs, and she says that she thinks they're demonic. I was like, what? And
Yeah,
then so my niece chimes in. She's like, they look scary. I don't like how they look.
they're
So
ugly. They're ugly.
this is an 8-year-old child, which I'm assuming these things are targeted at.
Well, they're supposed to be, but it seems like the
Um,
adults are taking over. But
the
okay.
adults are definitely more, or well, from what I could see in my world, the adults are more definitely obsessed than the kids. So I did my research because I'm like, what are these? Who are they? Where did they come from?
Right?
And so apparently the Labubu character was created by a Hong Kong artist named Casing Lung. And the character is a part of a series of figures, guess this, called The Monsters.
Oh,
So they
okay.
were designed to be scary.
Mm-hmm. No wonder the
Um
child. She's 8. She's like, no.
it's the
Mm-mm.
teeth. I think it's the teeth. The teeth.
Yes, teeth.
I think the toy has become a phenomenon and a collectible because of the blind box market. And blind box just means you'll get a box, you don't know what's in it. So you're gonna order, you don't know which Labubu you're gonna get when you order, and that's the thrill of it. It's like you get a sense of wondering what's gonna be in my Labubu order.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, the brand success has also been a major driver for the Chinese retailer Pop Mart. So Pop Mart was started it, which is based in China, but obviously, if the craze is big enough, it's gonna get global.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now they have been doing a lot. They have done a lot of partnerships with big brands,
Yeah.
particularly with fashion. So Louis
Mm-hmm.
Vuitton, I saw one with a Hermes one. I think I saw a Burberry one. I don't know. Actually, I won't actually put that in your mouth. But they've been, even if they're not making one with Burberry, they might still have the dolls there featuring wearing like maybe a Burberry like pattern or something like
Yeah.
that. Coca Cola has been partnered with them, and there is a Coca Cola Labubu, which is very popular right now.
Yeah.
And so it's a collectible. Like that's where the comparison with Beanie Babies comes in, and that is collectible. And I think it's going to be one of those things that are going to be really, really popular right now. And people are trading and buying and inflating the price for collectibles. But 2 years, I don't even know, 2 years max, it this stays a thing. But right now, a new one, which you would get in a blind box, like not knowing what you're going to get, is ranges between 13 and 16 US dollars.
Right. Well, there are some specific dolls that are more
Yes.
valuable, I guess, than others, and
Yes.
so
So like
people
that
are
Coca-Cola one would be more
exactly,
valuable.
or like you said, a Burberry one, or
Yeah.
a Louis Vuitton. So there are some that are more sought after than others,
Yes.
and from what they're saying, people are willing to spend quite a pretty penny to possibly get the chance of opening up one of those boxes and finding these rare, sought after,
Hmm.
what did they call it? Labubus?
The boo-boos.
Um, I think they're ugly people. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what nobody's telling you. Okay, it's like uh, they took the Beanie Baby, and this is like the Beanie Baby on crack, okay, or strung out or something. These ones are so damn ugly. Like I don't think they're attractive. I don't think they're cute. I don't know what the craze is,
Mhm.
but I'm hearing a lot of I don't know that they're carrying bad omens and bad spirits with these dolls, and there's lots of people who have gone on the internet here and broken down that this particular uh, the creator of this doll, if you look deeper into the monsters and so on and so forth, that they're linked to the dark underworld and stuff like that. And all I know is that I would not be spending that type of money on these things. I don't
Mhm.
think they're cute. I don't want them in my house. I'm hearing all sorts of stories of people who have purchased them and everything has just gone to shit, or the little doll just appears in different parts of their house, or all sorts of dopey things. I'm not into it. Sorry. So for me, I just I'd rather have a different craze for something else. Like this is not, I don't know. Everybody seems to want these dolls. A lot of superstars are, they're doing everything they can to get them and to get their
Yeah.
hands on them.
Hey, I mean, I think I get their appeal. They're weird. They're cute. But I'm like, are we causing I'm not tearing down or lining up for something like this. Either you
Well,
go
some
online and buy.
people are lining up for days on
Well,
end.
that's why I wanted to talk about it. I'm like, I could understand the desire of wanting one, but for like to go crazy over it, that's no.
Right? And the ones that are sought after, they're willing to go even farther. And it's cool and all if that's what you want to do. Like everybody has their prerogative. Those are the things that make you happy, bring you some sort of joy. But when there starts to be like omen talks around something, I am stage left. Okay, I am stage left. I'm out of here. I don't want it, don't need it, don't want it in my house. um there's been different stories about these dolls and what they do and how they cause chaos in your life. Like I'm not signing up for that. I'm just not. And I don't think that they're cute enough, to be honest. I don't think they're cute enough for the price. For the price point. I just don't. Beanie Babies, like they had all sorts of different types of Beanie Babies. There was so many different types. And I am gonna compare the two because that's our craze of our
Yeah, our
generation, right?
generation. Yeah,
But these things, have you seen them?
yeah, of
Did
course.
did you look at them good?
Yeah.
Even the ones that are
That's why
sought
they're
after, I'm
that's why
like,
they're called monsters.
I don't know. I'm not signing up for no monster in my damn house. No, thank you. But overall, you know what? Hey, there's gonna be a craze every so often.
Exactly.
People, will get on real crazy for these things. I'm hearing a lot of stories of people going to great lengths to get these things. And on top of that, they just hook it up as a keychain. Like I
Yeah, and
didn't
the
even understand
purses.
that part.
Yeah, so adults, a lot of the fashion trends with Labubus with adults is like clipping it either to your jeans or your purse, your designer purse.
But like, why? I don't
Hey,
know. I like accessories for the bag,
yeah,
but to be honest, like I like the ones that are not like fur because they get
yeah,
your
yeah.
bag is such a, you know what I mean? Like they get dirty
Hmm.
really quickly. You're bringing around a lot of germs. Like I have a few that I had from Louis Vuitton and
Hmm.
Chanel that my mom gave me that I like to attach to my purses, but
Hmm.
they're actual metal. Like like I could just wipe them down.
Yeah,
Do you
like
know what I mean?
Coach. Yeah, Coach always has some like
Right, right.
those
But
metal kind of.
these are actual fluff balls on your bag. I just
Mhm.
think it makes a really expensive high end purse look very cheap, look very. I don't know. Me I like them, as you can tell. Me I like them,
Moral
but
of the
you know what?
story. Yeah. Well.
It's not meant
Yeah.
for me. So,
Hmm.
mm,
So yeah, that was it. That's all.
wrap up this then. Let's wrap this up. And we do hope that your hearts and minds were activated on this week's show. So whether you lead with your heart or your mind, please stay passionate and thoughtful. We'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye.
Bye.